All right, traders, the green streak continues. If you ended up following the video analysis that I've been posting, you should have had a phenomenal green day today using my key levels. As we had stated, I was very interested in buying put options and shorting the market when it goes to $436.70. With that being said, the high of day on SPY was at 436.45. And in terms of Trader Society, I ended up alerting put options that I was going short at 9:57 a.m. that I was in 436 puts. When the SPY had a small spike, I ended up adding to those puts. Someone had stated, which is something that I've already known, was that the consumer sentiment news was in 1 minute, and I told them it's going to drop. Surely enough, the SPY ended up dropping, and into that flash crash, I ended up selling those puts for a very lucrative return. With that being said, in terms of why that was a key level, I already explained that in yesterday's video because we create our trading plans a day before the market, and when our key levels hit, it could take days, it could take weeks, but when they hit, and we trade what we see. So in terms of the key level, there was a floor right here at 436.70. When it cracked that floor, the SPY ended up forming lower highs and it never retested the level. Then it triggered a major flash crash. So when you see SPY trading towards key resistance on the daily chart, or when you see it's just towards key resistance on a channel time frame, and then it cracks a support level and it has a major crash, but it never spikes back up to that previous support level right here. It's never been retested. You can see it formed lower highs right here, so it never retested. The point is, when it goes back up to the level that has not been tested, which was right here. This was the support level that was never been tested. See how there was some support right here, but it went back up and it was tested. We don't trade that level. We trade the one that was never tested. And when you're doing this, it needs to have a massive sell-off. The bigger the sell-off, the better. The quicker it happens, the better. If it's even, lasts long for multiple days, even better. And the point is, you want it to go back up in reverse just as fast as it went down. So in this situation, we had identified that the SPY ended up gapping up, trapping all of the bears who swing traded puts. And like I told you guys in yesterday's video, if 433.60 reacts as a support, or if the bears get trapped here, then we're going to be interested in buying puts and shorting at 436.70 because that was the previous support level that was never retested when the bulls got trapped, right? So with that being said, I had noticed that the SPY hit 436.45, almost my key level, and then it began to sell off, and then it tried to form lower highs. So it was already flipping bearish towards my key level. And then I took a look at the 30-minute chart, and I said, I'm not nickel and diming this. Look at the 30-minute chart. There was a floor right here at 436.26 and 436.35. When it cracked that floor, it triggered a massive bull trap where it just continued to sell off. And then when it gapped up, it triggered a massive bear trap where the bears got trapped. So like I said, when it goes back up to that key level for the first time from the one that hasn't been tested, it's going to try to react as a resistance. And then that's where the bulls are going to get trapped. And then this is where it's even better. It's going to start to fill the gap. Not only are the bulls getting trapped because that previous support is supposed to react as a resistance and form a new lower high when it's tested for the first time, but it's going to start to go back down and fill the gap, especially when a 30-minute candlestick closes red, which does not have to be a key level, which is another confirmation that it's going to fill the gap, which is another confirmation why people were doing puts at lower prices, man. So with that being said, this was a phenomenal trading day, and it did not stop there. I had a very nice, that was an amazing scalp that I ended up doing. I sold into the flash crash when SPY dropped to 400, and when this flash crash occurred, I sold it at 435.30. Almost at the bottom. The bottom was at 434.80, right? So towards the lower middle. But with that being said, more reasons why I decided to buy put options at those exact levels was I looked at the 1 minute chart. Trading what I see, I looked at the 1 minute chart and I noticed there was a trend reversal candlestick right here, and I already had all my reasons beforehand to go bearish. So when it formed this 1 minute candlestick, I noticed that it had a very nice drop within 2 minutes. So when I saw this 1 minute candlestick towards the high of day, and it was the same candlestick, I thought to myself, it's probably going to drop for a couple of minutes, just like it did right here, right? And then the news came out as well, and I sold into that. So with that theory that it was supposed to drop based off this 1 minute candlestick, along with everything else that I explained to you, when it spiked back up to the previous low of this candle, I said it's probably going to react as a lower high. So I ended up adding on the top of this spike, not when it pulled back. And the reason why is with this strategy, I just kind of look to get in towards my key levels. It's already confirmed bearish in a sense. I could be bearish. Think about it. I could be bearish, when it drops right here, Or I could be bearish when it spikes back up to that previous level and reacts as a resistance, because that's what they're going to try to drop it anyways. So I can buy puts right here, get stopped out when it rips back up, or I can just buy puts towards the previous support level where it's supposed to drop and react as a resistance if the trend maintains bearish. So I sold into the dip. Then I ended up using that same trading strategy in a sense to bank again, because I was bearish and I understood that the gap was going to fill, and I understood that it was going to be a bull trap, all from my key levels and trading plan and the trading strategies that I teach. So this is what I ended up doing. I ended up rebuying puts again, right? So I sold into the move, got out for a very, very nice profit. And then right here at 10:01 a.m., I rebought my puts. Why did I rebuy puts right here at 10:01 a.m.? And remember, when I'm getting in, it's towards the top of these candlesticks. The reason why is I saw that the previous floor was right here. There was a floor at 435.80 where it was consolidating and it was spiking from. And I noticed that this previous floor on the 1 minute cracked, reacted as a resistance, which is why I added towards the top of that so I don't get stopped out. And then when it cracked this floor right here and had a massive drop, I told myself that was a massive bull trap in just 1 minute. SPY went from 436 to 435. It dropped to 1 point in a minute. I sold into the move because that's what I do. I sell into the move. I'm a scalper. I don't give back my gains. And then what I did was I got back in on the high, and I knew where to get back in because I told myself the previous floor is going to try to react as a resistance level. That's where it's going to try to form the new lower high and continue to drop and continue to fill the gap. So when it spiked back up to that previous level, I got in. I don't get in on the crash. I don't get in on the dip. I get in at my key level so I don't get stopped out. The people who bought puts into the flash crash when I was selling into the move, they're holding through this massive move while I'm selling for a profit, and then I'm waiting to get back in at the exact level where it's supposed to drop and form a new lower high at the previous floor that was not retested. That's my difference. I'm a scalper. Now I have trading strategies that are going to tell me where the overall price action is going to go for the next 30 minutes or for even longer. And I can hold for those 30 minutes, but my style of trading is to scalp. So instead of holding a trade, what I do is I get in and out like a scalper within minutes, sometimes, 1 minute, sometimes 2 to 3 minutes, very, very quickly, and making, 10, 20, 30, 40% gains, right? So if I'm bearish for 30 minutes, I'll just look for that to occur 2 to 3 times, and I'll make 2 to 3 scalps out of those 30 minutes instead of holding through these big moves for 30 minutes. That's what I do differently. Now, in terms of my price action analysis and my education, you can trade what you see and you could use it however you want to use it. You can create your own trading strategies out of this. You can develop whatever it is that you want to do with the price action and the trading strategies that I teach. That's just how I trade, and that's just my style of trading. Who knows, in the future, maybe I'll be more of a day trader. But as of now, I know what I'm best at in terms of my trading style, and it is to scalp at the speed of light. That's what I do best. But in terms of my analysis and my trading strategies and what I teach, I can provide that day trading analysis 100%. So with that being said, that's the trades. Those are the main ones that I ended up making today. This was an extremely successful day. I do also want to, congratulate and give a big shout out to G-Roar for having a very successful first week within his own private section of Trader Society. Just so you guys know, this is his own private section. This it's in Trader Society only, but it's separate. It's not included within Trader Society, but the only way to access his channel is within Trader Society. I want to give a big shout out to him because what he's doing for members is truly life-changing, and the results that he's gotten them is absolutely insane. Everyone loved the group, man. We had one member today just, make over $7,500. He made over 50 times the cost of the monthly subscription on one single trade. G-War ended up having multiple winners today. I saw him hit at least 2 100% winners. And one of them was buying puts right before it crashed here. And it was 100% gain in 10 minutes, man. So we're posting a lot of things that go on behind the scenes as well on my Instagram account. If you want to take a look, it's going to be that, it's going to be down below in the description if you want to type it in for yourself and just see the stories that we're making and what's going on behind the scenes. I don't have the time to share everything. I hired someone to post all that stuff for me, and then I manage some of it as well. But with that being said, man, I'm just going to leave it off at this. We have a lot going on. We're working on making this the best Trader Society, the best programs that we can possibly create. It's going to take time, and it's going to take your feedback and serving along with us delivering and everything like that. But with that being said, I have a lot that's going on behind the scenes that I have to do and take care of. We will continue to prepare you to trade the best setups at the best prices. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I hope you guys enjoyed it because, like I said, with the trades and the analysis that G-War and I put out today, put everyone in the green. It was absolutely incredible on what we've done. And hats off to Gior, man, because I'm telling you, with the trades that he was making, man, it's absolutely insane. So I'm going to leave it off at that. We absolutely crushed it. I will continue to provide to you real-time market analysis. That's what I'm going to be doing, that real-time market analysis, that system that I've created and that I'm working on expanding, which is I give you the key level. I give you the key level and I explain to you how I create the key level. And then I use trading price action strategies that I've created to trade my key levels. And I teach those strategies within Trader Society. And then we're going to have a bot that, has a channel that sets the price alerts for you and all that stuff. But like I said, you don't need a bot. You need to just set your price alerts and have some self-accountability, some self-sufficiency, right? So you set the price alerts at these trading plans, and the trading plans are going to show you how I create the key levels. And I'm going to tag the strategy. You're going to see each key level has a strategy, a price action that I use. And we teach those trading strategies within Trader Society inside of the video lesson library. And then if I see a confirmation to enter on the key level, then I'll give you that confirmation as well of what it looks like, right? And then I have my own personal section. And in terms of my own personal section, I'm going to be sharing with you every single real-time trade I make, along with my trading analysis and my price action analysis. So it's more than just the trading strategy. It's, reading price action. Like I told you, the strategy was we identify multiple ways, stacking multiple trends, using candlesticks, trading the chart and everything as I know if it's bearish or bullish. And then from there, we're just trading price action. So the strategy was, previous support is supposed to react as a resistance. That's where the bulls got trapped from the key level that was never tested. So that previous support is supposed to react as a resistance, right? It's supposed to form the lower highs, right? So then from there, once we know the strategy, we have to know how to trade the strategy, which is price action. We have to understand candlesticks. We have to understand key levels. We have to know how to trade the price action. And I provide all that price action within Trader Society lessons as well. Now, this is where it gets truly crazy. I gave you guys a key level, and that was the only one to hit. So in terms of my puts, the put options that I gave you was the exact top. Now, for many of you who are sleeping on what it is that I provide for you, take a look at this. If you go to my key level section right here, this is where it gets absolutely crazy. You go to my key levels, you're going to see right here, key level to buy calls, 429.90 to 429.50 zone. So if it's a zone, you look to enter towards the top of the zone and then you add towards the bottom. Or you can just enter at the bottom. Or if you actually know how to trade price action, you can trade when you see a confirmation towards that key level, right? But the point is, I gave out a plan to buy calls at 429.90. I said the strategy is previous resistance will try to react as a support level first. As you can see, I break this down with a 30-minute chart, then I go into the 1-minute chart to identify the level that was not tested on the 30-minute chart, like I showed you with the puts. But the point being is, if you went back to my previous videos and you set your price alerts and you weren't lazy, because in order to become successful, you have to become accountable and put the work in. I can point you in the right direction, but to really just be spoon-fed everything, you should have some sort of accountability on wanting to become a better trader instead of just blindly following people. But with that being said, if you look right here, 429.90 was resistance. When the SPY broke above this resistance level, it never retested. It continued to break out. It continued to go up. So if it's going to drop right back down within time, just as fast as it went up, like it did, it's going to try to turn this into a support level. And surely enough, my key level was the exact low of day. The key levels that I provided within the past couple days was the exact top and the exact low on the day. There's nobody out here doing it the way that I'm doing it. So I'm going to leave it off at that.